Hello, bad people. I assume anyone who is watching my channel also watches Cub's channel, and I noticed recently that he only ever says hello to good people, which alienates perhaps 95% of us. Etoris, good luck, have fun. I know I have felt alienated by Cub's intro before, for I am a bad guy. So hello to all the bad guys, and all to the good guys, goodbye to you. 502 ELO from Etoris. We have made no changes. He has a extra deck, 5,000 experience. We have in our arsenal a different dimension capsule. I believe we will be playing. I think we will just grab a wall of revealing light. I think that's with this deck, it's a really good. Oh, he's mad. He's not mad. He's back. It's a really good position to be in to take something like wall because we don't strictly actually need it. Heavy Storm's unfortunate. Oh, he double tapped it. But yeah, see, like we weren't really owned by the guy. Heavy Storm. Ah, unfort. Unfort. Trunid meta. He doesn't care about Feather or Last Turn. He's like, those cards are not real cards. Like, once again, it's unfortunate that Fetatter. It's unfortunate that Trap Dust Shoot worked there because we are playing a deck that usually does not care about Trap Dust Shoot. I think we're gonna go ahead and beat in, right? Probably not. Nah, probably not. I don't think there's a reason to. We're not gonna kill him that way, right? We're probably gonna kill him with last turn. If I hadn't had last turn in hand, I probably would have gone for it. But because I do, I am just gonna hold it. Snatch Steal. It's fine. I think we're just gonna pass again. He knows we have this meta for whenever he eventually summons monster. I'm curious what he's playing though, because Trap Dust Shit tells me like probably meta, but like, because like he's not gonna be playing a combo deck because they don't really care about what the opponent has in their hand. Wall. Okay. We have two pieces of the puzzle. I think because that is the case, I might not mind summoning the boy. I'm gonna summon the boy this time. Okay. I don't care about that either. I'm in turn. We went -4. That's not good. But I guess because the tokens, like, the tokens don't really count, right? Kaiku. Yeah, and this is just meta, but he's, like, slow playing it pretty weirdly. Cyberstein. That is Megamorph. That is not exactly what we want. I could Feather to stack Scapegoat. I could just Snatch Steal. I think I'll probably just Snatch Steal. You have an answer to the steal, huh? Well, getting another Kaiku hit would be unfortunate, because then we would be out of Cyberstein range, but that's okay. One good thing is that we're almost entirely positive that Hadez is going to be sufficient. Facilier Dragon might even be sufficient, depending on how exactly I play it. Oh, Exile Force beats! Let's go! That's pretty funny. Okay, so we're going to have to set wall next turn pretty much no matter what. Graceful Charitas is very good. Now, I could stack something with Feather. to make sure we get it. I don't mind stacking Scapegoat. I don't mind stacking Scapegoat. I'm gonna stack Scapegoat. Another last turn, and Fusilier Dragon the dual mode beast. Fusilier plus meta is a win con. So we will be getting rid of last turn and Scapegoat. Boy. Now, I think I am going to just shotgun this. I think I am just going to shotgun this. I would be okay with a draw here because I think that the board position actually wasn't very favorable to us. And so if he like drops Sinister Serpent from his hand and then sets it, we would get a draw, but that's actually just not that big of a deal in my opinion. Loading up again is fine because he actually doesn't know we're on Reasoning Gate. And so it's not like we're giving him very much knowledge here. And so I think we're pretty good spot. There's essentially nothing he can do at this point unless he has specifically Sinister Serpent in hand or if he has a quick play spell that can destroy the last warrior from another planet. And so he would need, he's 12 cards in, which isn't entirely unlikely. We could run the calc for fun if we wanted to figure out how likely it was for him to have drawn Sinister Serpent. I think pretty unlikely. Yeah. Okay, so we're playing against Chaos. Floodgates might be okay. We do already have swords. I always find it difficult to think about what to side for Chaos Turbo because it's such like a prevalent deck in the meta. A lot of times your main deck is already kind of like tricked out against it. And so I think that we're going to take the Megamorph out because I don't think we're going to win by battle, probably. So we'll bring in an L-Lab instead. I think that might be the only change I want. I wonder if it was right for me to use Feather there to get Scapegoat or not. Because we ended up pitching it. But I do think it's actually a pretty cool like interaction. If it were like a stronger card, like let's say Fusilier was in the graveyard and we wanted it to get back for meta, then it would have just been like fantastic there. But I don't know, it did reduce the number of like unknown draws by 1. Which is perhaps not good because we were searching for particular cards. What did we get that made us win? We got Fusilier, we already had the meta. Did we already have Wall? I don't remember. I don't remember if we already did. Alright, this hand is excellent. It's Stanley. Yeah. You know, if you're gonna do... Oh, he has Didymus. Okay, so this is control? It's interesting. Okay. Drop Dust Shoot? Drop Dust Shoot? No, Dust Shoot. Okay. I think we're gonna activate Swords, set Scapegoat, probably. I'm gonna activate Swords first to see if I can bait it. Bait some sort of removal. Swords is such a cool card. Like, whoever designed the art of it, it's so simple, but really effective. Like, the lens flare kind of effect at the top is just really cool. Heavy Storm. Okay, so he went Giga Neg. Not that card advantage super duper matters. Okay, so he's also playing Rhoda? What? Is this just Warriors? I have no idea what I'm playing. Let's be honest. Let's be honest. I don't know what I'm playing. All right. Well, he lost some cards. Metamorphosis is not bad. All right. If we Metamorphosis, he's gonna do something bad to it. So do I Monster Gate instead, or do I Reasoning instead? Dude, this music's going so hard. I don't know about you guys, but this music's going so hard. I think we're gonna meta first. Alright, we're gonna summon Tear. And Tear is going to attempt to suck, I think, DD Warrior Lady. Now the question is, do I attack? And I think the answer is just no. He does have Book of Moons. I'm just gonna end the turn. He ends his turn. Demok is not great. However, I could double tribute. I could Reasoning, get whatever, and then double tribute. That's an interesting line to me. What would I want, though? I don't really want any spells. Okay. Do I attack? Probably not, right? Maybe I do want to double tribute. I'm gonna throw off a Reasoning. Six. That is Hades. That's very funny. Defense mode. Now, I went over all of my good spells. I could attack. I could double tribute for Demok. I'm gonna attack. That's fine. That's fine. Okay. I'm just gonna pass, I think. I could Monster Gate, but I don't think I wanna. Maybe attacking was bad. Oh, okay, attacking was definitely bad. I didn't know he had the call. Okay. Heads. Boing. Literally every time. This card can't be beat. Literally every time. Toss a and before damage calc. Ugh, gross. After damage calc. So I think this guy won't let DT Warrior Lady proc, which is pretty funny. Alright, so do we want to feather something? I could feather... Ooh. I could feather, like, Pot of Greed? I could feather Charity. And then I could summon Demok off of Prima. I want to attempt to attack first, I think, though. Ring, okay. Okay, so now we're gonna feather. Put you in the graveyard, and then we're gonna put, I think, Graceful Charity on top. On fort. Okay. Unfort. We do have still Graceful Charity on top though, which is nice. And he has like basically no cards. I could do this, but then I would mill over Graceful Charity, so we're not gonna do that. This is Warriors. How do we not know that game one? I guess we saw main deck. Wow, he has all sorts of cards. Come back, please. He did in fact pay for his thing. Alright, well we have Graceful Charity. Ooh, this is a bluff. This is a bluff. Unless it's Solemn. Solemn would be pretty good. Last turn. Another Monster Gate and a Reasoning. You know I want to save my last turn. I like Reasoning though, and so I think we're going to get rid of last turn and Monster Gate. Or, okay, so what do we have left? We have Cyberstein and Hades left. And I don't want Cyberstein. And so we are just going to get rid of Reasoning. And last turn, I guess. Yeah. That could be, if this is Solemn, I just get owned. But I'm reading this as fake. Come on, Hades. That is Cyberstein. Alright, so unfortunately we have to use our other monster gates. Please don't mill too much. He gets to see our entire deck. We will lose if we mill too much. We will lose if we mill too much. Alright, we have to win in like the next 2 turns, which is unfortunate for us. If he has if this is real, then we lose, of course. Okay. Well, I think we probably lose because we milled too much. If we didn't mill too much, we might have been fine. Warriors have typically very good top decks. Well, I don't think we have the ability to do... Huh, that's very funny. Defeat. That's on 4. Alright, well now we know it's Warriors, and so let's reset the deck. I think we're going to bring in lots of Floodgates. I think Dust Tornadoes are fine. I don't think we care about the Battle Traps. We'll bring in Heavy and MST, I think. Okay. I'll trim a Feather. I'll trim a Capsule. I'm going to trim all the capsules, to be honest, because they're going to have a lot of spell trap removal. So that's 4. We need 2 more. I still think Megamorph's not going to work out so well. I like my meta goat package. I like the monster gates. Sasuke Samurai number 4 was very funny. Maybe 1 fewer Floodgate, because it's possible he could bring in Decrees, but it's unlikely. Possible, but unlikely. Alright, this hand's great. This hand's great. I think that we're going to probably just Scapegoat. I don't even think we're going to bother with swords. I could bait out the heavy. I'm going to not bait out the heavy. I'm gonna bait out the heavy. We have this Trunade, which I assume we're probably going to use next turn, because this looks more like an aggro style of opening hand. Okay, we baited out the guy. Do I want to take the hit here? I think no. I think we actually want to Scapegoat. Another Reasoning. That's pretty good. Okay. I think that here we're going to use our Trinade. We're going to go aggro. And we're going to use Reasoning first. Alright, you should know every card in our deck. So this should just be like an 8 or a 2. A 7. He fears the Facilier Dragon. When he should have feared the Demogular. Now the question is, do I want Trunade back, or do I want another Monster Gate to try to just, like, kill him? I think I want the Trunade. I think I want the Trunade. And we're just going to go Monster Gate here. Because if we get Stein, we want to have a free spot. And Reasoning would not have given us that free monster zone. Sasuke, number 4. Very funny. Okay, we're going to hold this extra Reasoning. We're just going to go. Alright, I'm going to set Gravity Bind in case he Snatch Steals. Because I don't even want him to be able to attempt to attack number 4. Okay, okay. We have another Trunade. He knows we have another Trunade. The coup. Thinking. I don't think I want to let him attempt to do this. A lab. We're gonna use Trunade. Solemn Judgment. Okay. Okay. Well, that's unfortunate because it means we can't attack with anything anymore. But I don't think that matters. We're gonna switch you to defense mode. End the turn. Because we still are a last turn deck, and so we still would like to do last turn things. And therefore, we don't mind waiting a little bit. Baiting out a Solemn's great. I guess maybe I should have let Gravity Bind go. We do have more Trunades in deck. Just kidding, we only have a single extra Trunade. We have Feathers, though, if we want. I assume this is gonna be a bit of a grinder. What are you pitching? What are you doing? What are you pitching? Zumbira the Dark. It's a little bit weird. I don't really know what this is for. He does lose his Kaiku. Agreed. Do I want to play around Trapped Dust Shoot? No, I don't, because we want to put cards back into deck if he Dust Shoots me. Cyberstein plus Wall of Revealing Light. Okay, we just seen last turn. We have 8,000 life points, and so I'm not feeling threatened at all. He's not going to be playing Sinister Serpent, and DD Warrior Lady still lingers, and so we have to have an answer to that. We would really preferably like to have an answer in the back row too, though this is going to be like Sakaretsu Armored Dust Tornado, something like this. Alright, that goes Beasts. He does have Light Dark now. Upstart Goblin is fine. Okay, well, it's not exactly what we want, to be honest. Do I set it, is the question. I think I might. What would Reasoning hit us? It's going to hit us Hades. Reasoning gets us Hades. So whenever we want Hades, we can have him. I think I am going to set L-Lab to try to bait out a Dust Tornado. King Tiger Wanghu, okay. Ring is not bad. Ring is actually very interesting. I could go Cyberstein, get Master of Oz, and then Ring for game. I'm gonna set it for now. I'm gonna set it for now. Yep. That sucks. It would not have worked out. I would have got owned. Zing's pretty interesting. Last turn. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and assume this is fake. I could wait. I could just wait for... I could just wait. But I'm gonna activate reasoning. Maybe that will prompt some sort of reaction. He should know the card because he's seen my entire deck. That is, well, he doesn't know what this is, so I guess that's a lie. All right, so we got Hades out. We don't lose to Ring, so I think this is free. Right. He doesn't even get prio. Whoops, okay. That's fine though. That is fine though. It might even be preferable. In standby phase. We need to do this so that he doesn't... Oh. 4,000. I typed in 3 because he has 38. Whoops. I was a little bit scuffed. I kind of let him go to main like a little bit, and then I kind of took 2 life points a little bit. And so... he got unlucky. This Zing could have owned us if it was last turn in wall instead. But Dark Ruler Hades should be sufficient to get over basically whatever. I completely forgot about Wang Hu. He didn't though. He did not. Oh, DD Warrior Lady, see ya. Alright, let's see. Do you got something? You got something good? I don't think so. GG. Alright guys, I don't know about you guys, but that was kinda good. That was kinda good. That was kinda good. We are at 466 ELO. Alright guys, I would like to inform you that we are at 466 ELO with the Danse Macabre, but the very grand mark at this point was at 435, and so this season is actually the highest ELO of any season so far. We are comparing to season 2 because that's more fun, but we could actually switch to season 1 because that is the more that is the season that's closer to us. And so that worked out pretty good. I think that our matchup against Warriors is fairly excellent. I feel like this Pikachu comes up a lot in the channel. Maybe I need more images. I have a lot, but I feel like this Pikachu I've seen. Uh-oh. This is a high rank duelist. This is a bronze rank, which means they are between rank 100 and 50, and they are 97 on ladder. Cashmello. Good luck, have fun, Cashmello. Good luck, have fun to you. Are we gonna attack with Sasuke? You guys know we are. You guys know. You guys know. I think he doesn't flip up. We'll have to look it up because I'm kind of dumb and I actually don't know that ruling. Heads. It's tails. It's the first time he ever failed. And you know what? That's fine. We don't hate that. 250. We have 2 Scapegoat, which is excellent. It's fun to see somebody relatively high on ladders playing like Earth aggro. It's kind of fun. Does he have the guts though to attack into our Sasuke Samurai number 4? I don't know. I doubt it. That would have been a very good hit. Very good hit on the giant rat if I had gotten the heads. But our hand's looking for... Oh, baby. Heads. Oh my gosh. Please. This would be so funny. That's very funny. Oh, he's putting another monster to the grinder. He doesn't mind getting ground down. This better be a battle trap. It probably is, because I'm sure he's traumatized. However, we do have premature burial. Aww. Sad. It's okay. We have premature. We can bring the guy back. He's back, baby. Okay. Set scapegoat. Pass. He's gonna flip another giant rat. We're gonna pre-mat this guy. And we're gonna traumatize him again. Aw, that's not the same. We could have just taken the hit, honestly. It's like no big deal. And saved a goat. But a lot of times you want exactly 3 goats. 4 is like too many. Giant Trunade. I am tempted to use that, but I would want to use it after pre-mat, I think. 100%. We are just doing this because it's funny. This is like... this. You viewers at home, this is not a good play. Okay. I kind of want a Trunade. It gets back our pre-mat, which I think is important. But if he removes it in some way, that would suck. We're playing kind of silly. I think we're playing kind of silly. Okay, that's fine. Scapegoat is interesting. Now the question is, do I give him the option to attack, or do I attack? I think I'm gonna attack. Please. Let's go. He's probably fuming. He probably is very not happy. Do I even set wall? I think no. I think no. This guy is too powerful. And I can bring him back again, and I could also Trunade again. I can just keep bringing this guy back. Another wall. Okay, we'll set one. I'm gonna attack. Or maybe I'm not. I think leaving him goat locked is pretty funny. And so we're gonna go once again for the funny option. Because again, we are a last turn deck, and we're not gonna win with aggro against this matchup. And so we just want to draw our cards. This wall should give him a very handy clue about what's going on. Will he attack a goat? He should attack a goat. Unless he doesn't want this breaker anymore. He does need to get rid of this eventually, and breaker is kind of like a low value card because it already got a +1, and so. Thank you, Gulaz. Thank you, Gulaz. Speaking of Gulaz, I don't know if you guys saw, but Gulaz won GGP Atlanta this past weekend. I was there. I met some really nice people, and it was a lot of fun. And I'm happy my friend Gulaz won. And Gulaz is the one who told us to play Sasuke number 4. And so shout out to you, man. Very happy about that. Okay, so we just really kind of need... We need our friend last turn, and we need our friend Metamorphosis would be good. Friend Metamorphosis would be fantastic. I wonder if he's going to take the goats out in the next game. Different dimension capsule. Now, do I trust in the caps? Do I trust in the caps? I think I do. I I think I do trust in the caps. We're gonna send. Oh, it was the next card. That's very unfortunate. I could send meta instead of last turn, but I think we are just gonna send last turn. It would stink for him to hit this capsule, which is, to be completely frank, fairly likely to happen. But this is a test to see if capsule is a good card or not. This is a test. Music's chill, vibes are good, Pikachu's here. We are up on cards. That's not really good. Which one is he gonna clear? We can bring him back, baby. We can bring that guy back. He already normaled, and so we're saving our goats. We'll get our friend last turn. Megamorph is very funny. It's not particularly good, though, to be completely honest. Do you think we just end the turn? We really need a meta, is what we need. He's playing a whole bunch of cheesers. He's playing recruiters, he's playing DD Assailant. Probably Warrior Lady. Alright, so we have quote unquote combo, but we need something good. And so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 cards. And so we're gonna pitch Demock to hand size for sure. And we could feather. Do we want to feather anything? No. And so I think that we're gonna set feather. We need a meta. We're going to set Feather to see if we can bait some sort of back row removal. He should be very confused about what was in our capsule, because we didn't play it, so it wasn't going to be like Pot of Greed, right? Giantess Trunade Test. Okay, so we can get any spell back. We could just go for another capsule. That kind of sucks, though. Could go for another Scapegoat, which seems more appropriate. I think we're gonna get another Scapegoat. I think the capsule is a little bit too risky. I think we go ahead and remove this guy. Now, what do I want to set? I could have Megamorphed, which would have been interesting. I could have given him more life point damage, but maybe there's a chance in the future to do such a thing. I think we're gonna set Feather and Scapegoat. This gives him a pretty juicy Heavy Storm. Maybe I should have just set Scapegoat, but then we would have lost to hand size, and so I could have set Facilier, but then like Facilier is gonna be my win con with meta that we're definitely drawing off the top. He set a card. He set 2 cards. He set 3 cards. 4 cards. Snatch Steal. It's not really what we want. I think we're just gonna pass. Maybe it really was Capsule. It could still be Capsule. Oh, I don't want to get knocked is the problem. Maybe I set Megamorph. gonna set Megamorph and pass. That is the reason we did that, because we want to bait out the removal. That should tell him that if he has the ability to kill me, he should like attempt to do so, because like I'm just setting cards, right? He's gonna be like this. These are the cards. That was Megamorph that I set, and that's me being like, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do that, my brother. All right, Pot of Greed's great. Pot of Greed is great. We will feather Pot of Greed if we do not draw our meta. Maybe we different dimension capsule. I think we do. I think we do different dimension capsule. Maybe not. Because it means we kind of can't use swords. Oh, there's only 2 metas. There are 3 metas. There are 3 metas. Okay. Okay, now we're gonna feather Pot of Greed for sure. There's kind of no reason not to. What is a card we don't really care about? Probably Snatch Steal. Give him 2 seconds to think. And then I'll just do. Alright, I think we're just gonna pass. We do have these scapegoats down, and so we don't want to get blown out by something even more than what we need. Having his board completely locked is completely to our advantage. I don't know what this card is that he doesn't flip it. He set it in the face of Demok, which means it's something that it's going to be like DD Assailant. And so if I were him, I would flip it and I would just attack. Like I have no idea what this could be. It's got to be DD Assailant, but you got to flip it and attack for sure. There's no reason to. You should have done this ages ago. That's also fine, but it opens up our board to Scapegoat, which is not bad. Okay, that is Pot of Greed. Main phase. Activate it. Feather's not bad in these sorts of states. Monster Gate. Monster Gate's not very good. I think I'm going to switch Demok to defense mode so that he can't remove it. I think that's pretty smart. Could activate swords, but then that would bait even more back row removal. So I'm going to set a bluff, which is going to be Monster Gate. Man, this sucks. We have too many cards. I guess I'm going to use the swords. I don't want him to remove different dimension capsule, but I think that's just how it's going to have to be. Defense mode, okay. Another feather. Alright, here's the meta we want. Main phase, Giant Trunade. Alright, I think against Earth aggro, there is nothing they can do at this point. I think they have nothing in their deck that can be grabbed. Yep. Okay, well, they're in trouble because we have all these boys, which I think is really good against the matchup. I think Earth aggro is like probably one of our best matchups. We got to think about what they're going to be doing to change. I think the capsules are probably not going to work out as well, and so we're going to trim one. I think we're also going to trim a feather. Megamorph is not going to work because we are the control player for sure. Sasuke was very, very funny, and so he gets to stay. Hades is good. Facilier's fine. All my monsters, I think, are A+. I could take 2 capsules out, because he's going to be bringing spell trap removal, but these also will be hit by spell trap removal. And so, another feather? Kind of liked feather. Feather was working out pretty okay. I think this deck is kind of interesting, guys. I think that we've stumbled upon something that's kind of interesting. We could bring in 1 fewer Floodgate, maybe 1 less Gravity Bind, because there's a chance he brings in Decree, which would kind of really suck. And so because I just thought of that, I'm going to switch Trinade for 1 MSG, so we can just snipe a Decree. I think that's going to be sufficient for us. We can do some scouting to see if he brought in those Decrees. And if he did, then we can bring in Heavy Storm, Giant Trinade, maybe even these Dust Tornadoes to see if we can get rid of that. And I think we'll be in a pretty good spot. I think he's really kind of the one on the back foot, trying to figure out what to do here, because those scapegoats were very, very bad for him. That activation kind of made him lose the game. But at that point, he didn't know, because he had only seen Sasuke number 4, and that doesn't scream last turn, I don't think, which is another kind of bonus for that card. I'm having a great time. This episode's it's pretty fun. There's been some funny things this episode. I think Sasuke has to be the thumbnail, because he is the guy. This hand looks pretty good. I'm sad that Dark Ruler cannot be special from the graveyard. I don't really... Like, even lore-wise, I don't really understand that so much. Now, do I want to risk getting sniped, or do I want to hard activate Scapegoat here? How bad is getting sniped? Getting sniped's pretty bad, to be honest. But I'm going to set it anyway. Because I don't want him just, like, to summon Tribe Infecting Virus. He's thinking, he's like, do I snipe it? But then he sniped my Megamorph, and so he's like, this duelist isn't good, and so they probably just set something that's, like, bad. They probably just set, like, a really bad card. Oh. Yep. That's not bad. I'll take it. Yeah, I guess we should have hard activated it, huh? Didn't think about him. Though an Earth aggro makes perfect sense. Monster Gates. That would have been very good with our Scapegoat. I think we're gonna reasoning here. We can get Demok, we can get Facilier Dragon, and that's it. It's a 50-50. Because Sasuke and Cyberstein will immediately die. And so it's a 50-50. And I'm okay with that. Because we do have this wall in case we need to save our life points. Scapegoat's unfortunate. I guess I should have hard activated it. Eight. That is pretty bad because it actually eliminates defense and then immediately to the grave. Okay, that's in for it. I guess it's just wall. This will be 34 damage, and so we might as well do 4,000, I think. Oh, Mobius? Shinzo! Oh, man, that's crazy. Okay, okay. Alright, so he's got the Jins. We still have outs in the deck. We have Elab, we have Snatch Steel. Another wall is not going to do it, so we got stomped a little bit, but that's okay. Let's make sure I'm not missing anything. I think we do just lose, so I will admit defeat here. Okay. Okay. Soul exchanges I think will work out okay because we can. That's how we'll get rid of Jinzo, and also King Tiger. And so I think soul exchange is actually like very good. Yes, I want these 2 cards. I'll take out the Gravity Bind, even though it would have been helpful at one point because of that Jinzo. I will take it out. And I think I do still like the MST. I could take out Sasuke, which I think is an interesting thing. I think I'm going to take out Sasuke. I think that's fine. This hand's pretty good. This hand's actually cracked. I feel bad for my opponent. Snatch Steal. Do I even activate Graceful Charity? Yeah, I think I do. Cyberstein Wall. Upstart Goblin. I'm reasoning. Okay. What do we not need here? I think level limit's gonna be fine. Walls also necessary. Meta is important. Different dimension I want. Monster Gate's good. Snatch Shield's good. Cyberstein's also good. Man. I do want to draw a card, and so we are going to keep that. Maybe we don't need reasoning. Maybe we don't need meta. Because we do still have this Cyberstein. Scapegoat, okay. Alright, I think we're going to hard activate Scapegoat. Here. I think that makes sense to me. I could also just outlab. No, we're going to hard activate Scapegoat. We're going to hard activate Scapegoat, and we're going to activate Different Dimension Capsule. It was 2 cards away. That's unfortunate. I think that's it. It's going to be very difficult for him to get through this board in a way that turns off Cyberstein. And so we'll see. King Tiger would be a problem. However, we can Snatch Steal plus Monster Gate it away, which is great. So we don't mind that at all. And we can also just activate a lab until we're ready to do that in order to effectively win. And so I'm feeling really good. I think that Pot Graceful got us kind of where we needed to be. Ooh, I got a text message from someone. Did you guys hear that? I have the default Samsung Galaxy kind of like alert. Do you guys change, like when you have your phones, like there's only like a couple brands that in any particular country, right? And so like it doesn't make sense to use the default because then you will hear other people's stuff and think it's your phone. But I feel like 90% of people use the default, including myself. I also have the default wallpaper on my phone. Like, that's how bad it is. That's how bad I am. It didn't always, though. Cashmel's writing to me. I hope he doesn't write something mean. I hope he writes, like... Yes. Okay, so they're going to get rid of our last turn, which means we lose. Means we lose. Yeah, that's what we wanted to avoid last time, but we could not. So he's going to wait. This is going to be something that can remove the capsule. Main phase. Okay, I'm getting all sorts of messages. I'm going to turn my phone off because it is annoying me. Okay, so we can Snatch Steal Monster Gate. I am going to attempt to do that, I think. Or not. I could L-Lab, but then if it's just like Heavy Storm, it's even better. I think we have to. I think we have to Snatch Steal. Okay, he gave it to us. Do I Monster Gate? What can we get? We can get Facilier, we can get Demock. Let's go for it. Got Facilier. I don't hate that. My read is that the back row is definitely something to remove different dimension capsule, and so we are going to attack. There's no reason not to. Do I even set up any protection? Do I activate L-Lab? I think the answer is no. I think we don't. I think we don't activate L-Lab. Snatch Steal will be pretty devastating here. He kind of has to remove different dimension capsule. Because he has to know it's like, I mean, we're a combo deck. He can't let us just get like whatever we want. Should I have activated the L-Lab? I'm thinking this is like pro set heavy. I think this is like pro set heavy. Or just like Dust Tornado. I think it's Dust Tornado. Pro set heavy would be not very good, and this guy's a high ranked duelist, and so because if it were pro set heavy, I could have just like MST'd it, then his entire like life would have been over. Okay, all right, that's unfortunate. That's very unfortunate. But at least our L-Lab doesn't get hit, I guess. Though maybe if we activated it, it would have baited him. Snatch Steal, God. Oh, yeah. Why did you take such a long time thinking? You had literally everything. Like, that was the obvious play. Come on, man. Come on, man. Oh, that's interesting. Am I dead? I'm not dead, right? No, I'm not dead. Are you going to sack it? That would be interesting if you did. We don't get our last turn, unfortunately. That's just gone forever. What's he gonna do, though? I would just leave it, to be honest. I would just leave it up. I get some extra life points, which is actually relevant because I can make a 3,000 wall then. But I would just leave it. Unless this, yeah. Unless that card's just like cracked. Step by phase, we get 1,000. Main phase. Alright, we have nothing to pre-mat. However, we can Monster Gate Cyberstein, which could get us... I took out level 4, and so we would really be looking kind of for Demock here. And so we're gonna do that. It's Demock. It's Demock. MST. I could tell him that I have to target first. I have to target first. Okay, well, that's fine. But thinking on Demock target. How can I win? I have pre-mat. How many life points does he have? 62. I have 32. Pot of greed? Reasoning? Monster Gate. Scapegoat. Graceful Charity. Snatch Steel. MST. Graceful Charity. Hey, it's our last turn. Unfortunately, we need a cheeser. Fortunately, we need a cheeser. I'm gonna get rid of Different Dimension Capsule and L-Lab. And now, do I just try to kill him? Do I just try to kill him? I think we are just gonna activate Upstart Goblin though. Meta. Oh my gosh. Oh. We're so good at the game. We're literally so good. We are the best the game ever did see. We are going to attack because there's no reason not to. I think there's also no reason not to just do this. GG. Let's go! That was a really good duel. That was like super back and forth. We got really lucky. I mean, obviously we got really lucky. We drew the meta off of the upstart. The rest of our deck was not looking that great. Feather would have been fine because we did have like stuff in Graveyard, which would have been like just really good. I think Feather's good. I think Feather generically putting Pot of Greed on top is really good because there are some times where we just like have cards in our hand that we just like don't really want. And so like we would just rather have like an extra draw two instead of whatever card. And then last time we put Democking Grave with it, right? And so it's just like super, we're borrowing some strategies from other decks, other combo decks that I think is just working out really well. This is still not really 100% the sort of aggro last turn vibe. It's more combo-y. It's more like just straight up last turn. Which isn't bad. It like this is just last turn gate. It isn't bad. It's just it wasn't exactly what I was thinking it to be, and so maybe I'm thinking like there's something we can do in the side. Maybe we bring in the petty bourgeoisie legendary smoke screen side and like smoke screen into monarchs because we are already like having these like soul exchanges and stuff, and the monarchs being like Hades. Because I think I probably would have done that had I had the choice in this matchup, because he does have all these like cards I don't want him to have. Like I don't want him to have Wenku, I don't want him to have Jinzo, and I feel like our Monarch build would have been really good against those cards, and so I don't know. 481 yellow. 481 yellow. 152. Dang, guys. We're killing it. We are killing it. We are. Oh, I shouldn't have done that. I shouldn't have moved it. Because then you guys saw it got moved. Yeah, I think that this season, I think it's been going really well. I think that what it is, guys, is that, like, I don't know about you, but it feels like the power levels of the decks that we played in seasons 1 and 2 were actually higher than this deck. It feels like this deck is worse than those decks, but I think that this deck has like the potential to have more wins, and I think the reason that is that last turn's just really, really good. It's a really good card, and it's difficult for opponents to play around. Sometimes you'll get matchups like Earth Aggro. It's It's hard because they have like no cheesers. They have the like DD Assailant, they have Giant Rat, but none of those matter because like Dark Magician of Chaos gets it. We have Hades gets over it. We have Cyberstein will go into Last Warrior, which doesn't work. Facilier into a meta will go Last Warrior, which makes like they just don't have anything to summon, and so it's just not, not good enough. And so I think that there are a lot of decks, including like Chaos Turbo, that just like doesn't have any recourse other than Sinister Serpent. But a lot of times like Chaos Turbo's not going to be able, like you can safely let them go to end phase because unless they have like a set Regeki break to pop Last Warrior, there's like effectively nothing they can do. So I don't know, guys. We're definitely gonna keep running with a reasoning gate style focus for now. We're almost at the halfway point of the season. I do think we're gonna go back to the little chart here. You guys can see that both season 1 and season 2 ended at about 75 matches, I think. And currently we are in match 37, which is pretty much exactly halfway through the season. And so we're about halfway there. I think that we're probably also gonna want to stop around 70. I think 100 might be too much for any one particular deck. I feel like we get to the point where we're kind of ready to move on at around 70. And so I in this back half, I think that what we're going to be really mainly focusing on is refining some of the ideas that we've already presented here. Refining some of those because I do think that there is like a thesis that last turn can be a deck that can win without specifically using stall. I think that the way that you can stall your opponent is by putting additional pressure on them. It depends on the matchup, though, of course, because like that last game 1 that we just played against Earth Aggro, we let them sit on 4 scapegoats and like set DD Assailant for like a ton of turns, and sitting and waiting benefits us. And so if we ever can enter a situation where we can just sit and wait, it's to our benefit. However, I think that we can like trick the opponent into playing defensively. Like we can summon Fusilier in attack mode, right? And they'll set a card because they're like, oh, I can't get over that. It's like a huge body, right? And then we're like, okay, well that gets us an extra draw. We draw Feather, and then we go in. And we're like, what can we get from Feather? And like, we can get Body Grade, we can get Different Dimension Capsule, we can get Graceful Charity. It's like dig for the piece that we need. Definitely the weakest part of last turn is that last turn as a card is semi-limited. If it were unlimited, it would be a lot better. It's difficult to get to, and Different Dimension Capsule is liable to be destroyed. We could bring in some cards to make sure that our Different Dimension Capsule's okay. Like we could bring in Magic Jammer, we could bring in Spell Shield. And I'm honestly not against that, other than the fact that those are additional traps, and I want to keep the trap lineup kind of low. I want to keep it kind of low, so that when we're hit with Decree, we're hit with Jinzo, it only hits combo and it doesn't hit the other aspects of the deck. But then again, this deck is like not as strong without combo. Like it's definitely pointing towards winning with last turn. The previous version was much more like you can still win. You have this combo aspect, but you can kind of just like hit over with Hades and win the game. Get these get BLS on board, hit face. And so I don't know. I think that there's a way that we can meld the two together a little bit. Still play low monster count, but maybe bring in some. Maybe I'll go back to the dojo. I'll go back to the dojo a little bit. Probably not for next episode. Probably not even for like next week, I would say, because I'm gonna go on a trip soon, and so I don't know if I'll have the time to really like give this the dedicated thought. But I'm excited for the future. I think that the future of this deck is really bright. I think that we are definitely on pace to make season 3 the highest ELO of any season so far. We're 152 above what we were before in season 2, which I think is really, really good. And so I'm excited for what's about to come. Tune in next time on Thursday, and I'll see you there. Peace.